This is the Mindful Witchery podcast with your hosts, Lori Allen and Sarah Frye, just two New England ladies talking about everything. Take a deep dive with the ladies into the world of New England witchery, travel, adventure, and a little bit of everything in between. You can now find the Mindful Witchery podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and Amazon.
Hi everyone, it's Lori here.
Hey guys, it's Sarah.
And welcome to Mindful Witchery's podcast. We are so excited. So excited to be back with you sitting here at the kitchen table.
With our bowl of fruit.
With our bowl of fruit in front. And it is I love bowls of fruit. That's one thing I love about the holidays is everybody gives you fruit. And I love my bowl. I'll have to take a picture of it because my husband bought me this bowl at an antique store over the weekend. We went up to New York and he bought me this beautiful bowl. And I thought, what would go best in this bowl? Fruit. There's oranges, there's bananas, there's pears, all those really cool fruits that you get in the wintertime in those bags of fruit for Christmas.
Do you think people still give those huge gift baskets with just fruit in it?
Is that still a thing? They do.
Because my when I was younger, my grandmother's cousins and stuff, they would all give away this huge gift basket, and there was all this stuff in it, and they used to divvy it out. And
fruit and nuts.
Yes.
The nuts that aren't shelled.
Yep. And random cheese and things like that.
And the summer sausage.
Oh my God, yeah.
What's the name of that place? Hickory Farms?
Yes.
It used to be in every mall in America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were professionals at putting together that stuff.
Oh, and the Stonewall Farm. The jams and things like that. I think isn't that based in Maine?
I think Stonewall Farm is Maine.
Is it Maine? Yeah. I know there's their store in Maine. Anyway, I don't know.
Most of those cheeses were totally inedible.
Ugh, yeah.
They were really awful. They were that
waxy.
Yeah, real waxy.
Oh, and they had the wax on the outside.
Yeah, the rind. Yeah, it was.
Everything always leads back to food when we talk about.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, welcome to our episode.
Today we're going to talk about food. Today we're going to talk about Christmas food. Oh yeah, I love it. I like nothing better than to get a bowl of, a basket of fruit or an edible arrangement. If you get me an edible arrangement, I'm in love with you. My husband knows that Mother's Day is edible arrangement time.
I didn't realize those were still around.
Oh my gosh, they're still around and lovely. And now you can actually go into some of the edible arrangements and get a smoothie.
No way.
Or you can get an individual chocolate-covered pineapple pop.
Oh, my God.
Which is
you
so
just said
lovely.
The magic word. I have been obsessed with pineapple lately. I don't know what it's been. The pineapple juice popsicles. Mm-hmm. It's all fruit, all natural. There's little chunks of pineapple. Carson and I have been buying a box a week. I probably just eat them on my own. Mm-hmm. But I've been getting 2 boxes, one for him, one for me, because I just plow through mine and then start on his.
Oh, I love just a can. I'm sorry, not the healthiest thing in the world, but just a can of Dole pineapple chunks.
That's what we do. Yeah. I think it's healthy. It's fine. I drink the juice. Who cares?
Love it. I drink the corn syrup. Who cares?
They have a ton now that doesn't have the corn syrup. Gosh. And that's what I found it at Market Basket.
Now I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow, and I'm going to have to get some chunk pineapple. The only kind of pineapple I don't like is occasionally I will accidentally not look and pick up a can of pineapple thinking it's pineapple, but it's crushed pineapple. I do not like crushed pineapple.
It's not the same.
It's got hard bits in it, and I don't like that.
I think the crushed pineapple is all the ends and stuff that they couldn't use.
Yeah.
The other one. I feel like it's the middle hit part of it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But I love anytime anybody can get me something edible for Christmas. Mm-hmm. I love it. I have a friend. Her name's Katrina. Hi, Katrina. I hope you're listening to this because I'm giving you a shout out here. Katrina, every year that I've known her, and I've known her for about 6 years now, every year at Christmas, she brings me a tin of the most delicious, scrumptious cookies I've ever had. Mm. She makes different kinds, and every year she makes a new kind. Honestly, we lie in wait for her to put the cookies on my doorstep.
Oh, yeah.
And especially when, and I'm tempted, last year she was kind of late with them. She was doing other stuff. So I thought she's probably not doing it. And I started to message her and say, Katrina, I love you. Where are my cookies? love Lori. Because I'm not a baker. I do the things at Christmas, the obligatory things that I still do. My kids are 16 and 14, and I still make cookies for Santa, and we all know Santa's Roger. So usually it's always been, instead of making cookies and having milk, it's always been cookies and a beer.
And a beer. I was going to say, does Roger Santa have a special beer that he drinks on Christmas?
Oh, he's a beer snob. He likes those IPA. I don't know anything about beer.
Western Mass got a hold of him and turned him into a beer snob.
He is such a beer snob.
Understandable.
So we leave I make molasses cookies.
Oh my God.
I make those. That's about the only thing I make well. That and peanut butter candy. Have you ever heard of peanut butter candy?
No.
Okay, folks. If anybody's listening to us from the South, peanut butter candy, you will know what it is. It's actually really weird, Sarah. You take some potatoes and you boil them.
Wait, what?
Yeah, okay, I know. This is getting weird. But try to stay with me here.
Is it a Christmas thing?
It's a Christmas candy. Okay, so you cook potatoes, you boil potatoes, you mash them, like you mash them really, really well so that there's no lumps. You can put them in your mixer. You spread them out almost like a dough sort of, but to make it stick together, you add a ton of powdered sugar. So it's powdered sugar and potato mixed together to form a dough, and you roll it out, and you put peanut butter on top, and then you roll it up like a cinnamon bun and cut it, and it makes little peanut butter pinwheels, and you would never know that there's potatoes in it.
What?
It's peanut butter potato candy. It's all about the South. Honestly, I should make some just so you can have it. It's delicious.
I need to try that.
Yes,
it's not a want. It's a need. I've never heard of that.
It is, and you would never know that it was potatoes.
Interesting.
Never know.
Oh my God.
But the starchiness and with the powdered sugar, it makes a dough.
That's so cool.
And now I've had it before where people have left lumps in it, and that grosses me out. But it has to be really, really, really mixed well, super smooth, with all the powdered sugar you can muster. Until it becomes a dough. Roll it out. Put peanut butter on the top of it. Roll it up. Break it up like cinnamon rolls.
I would eat the crap out of that.
Honest to God, it's the best thing ever. Okay. It's rich and disgustingly sugary, but it's yum.
What a great way to start our Yule Christmas episode. Talk about food. We didn't even announce that's what the episode's going to be about today. But we're talking Christmas.
We're talking Christmas. We're talking Yule. We're talking witchy celebrations and witchy gifts.
Yeah, and we have somewhat of an agenda, but we figure we'll just go for it and just talk about Christmas and Yule and what we do to celebrate and yeah,
absolutely. And Yule is the 21st of December, I think.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah,
21st of December, and
I forget when it ends. I didn't write that down. It's 3 weeks, I believe.
It is 3 weeks of Yule. Yeah, and you're celebrating different gods and goddesses during that time.
Yeah, and so Yule isn't, we were talking before the podcast started, Yule isn't something that I celebrate in particular. It isn't one of my witchy holidays that I tend to gravitate towards, but I definitely appreciate it. I mean, so Yule starts on the winter solstice. Mm-hmm. It's the longest night of the year, or the darkest.
Darkest.
The darkest. Yeah. The darkest of the night.
Yes.
Isn't that a skit from Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah. Dayman, fighter of the night man. Yep, that's it. I cannot even.
Now whenever I hear Yule, I'm just going to see him on the keyboard just singing.
And in the yellow suit.
On Yule, December 21st, everybody go and watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes, and watch the episode called, is it The Dayman?
I think it's called Dayman.
Or The Nightman Cometh.
The Nightman Cometh. And yeah, episode over. That's all you really need to do.
It's the most hilarious thing. It teaches you all about Yule. Yes.
Oh my God.
Just watch it. I don't know how many are Sunny in Philadelphia fans, but it's just one of my favorite shows ever, and just the tackiest, most abrasive.
It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. So good.
So yeah, I feel like for Yule, so for me, it always represented just the end of the year. Because I've said before, New Year's Eve is not my favorite thing to celebrate.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just not into it. But for me, like Yule around Christmas, it just really celebrates the year, and it celebrates
your accomplishments.
My accomplishments, but like the collective accomplishments of like friends and just seeing family, which is different this year. But it also symbolizes the beginning of winter too. And to me, that's a time of like a natural time for self-reflection and like you said earlier, like it's kind of like the new moon.
Full moon versus the new moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like really reflecting and just
reflecting, and it's kind of a double-edged whammy. You're reflecting on what you've accomplished, and you are setting goals for the new year. I saw a really interesting little tribute to Yule, and I was showing it to you earlier about the pine cone. I saw the cutest craft, and I will post a picture of it on our Instagram page. It's so cute. You take a pine cone, and you can decorate the pine cone if you want to. You glitter it up however you want to. Whatever kind of witch you are, it doesn't matter. And
I want to be a bedazzle witch.
Me too.
Sorry to interrupt, but all I could think about is just like your witchy thing is just having glitter and just like being super bling and diva-y.
Or you're talking to somebody who's really boring, or you're in a meeting and you just
like throw glitter in their face.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a whole different.
Somebody's being unpleasant to you. You take the glitter out of your pocket and you just toss it right out.
That's the coven we're going to start.
Yes, glitter witches. It's all about the glitter.
Diva witch.
Yes, I was looking at this project where you take a pine cone and you take pieces of paper and you write down your intentions for the year to come. And you roll it up and you put it inside the little crooks and crannies of the pine cone. And when you're ready and when you've kind of felt like you've manifested, you've done your own practice, your own little ceremony for Yule, you take that pine cone with its notes inside of it and you throw it in the fire.
You burn it.
Yeah.
Oh. I love that, like, every witchy-related holiday always ends with fire.
I know, it never ends with water. What's that about? Nobody ever says you drown it.
No, it's always, like, Beltane, fire. Samhain, fire. Yule, fire.
It's all about the fire.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that, yes.
Yeah, and, now that you're saying that, too, what would be cool is to be able to do that with acorns, too. You can kind of, like, put it in the cap of the acorn, like the little notes and stuff. You could probably do it with like leaves, roll up the leaves.
Yeah, roll up the leaves, absolutely.
Notes and being able to utilize the environment,
put it in an ice cube tray and put water on it and freeze it.
Oh, that's cool.
And for each month, you take one out and you reflect on it. And
I love that.
That just came right out of my head.
Oh no, that's a good one. It could be. Oh my god, a magical ice tray.
Yes,
you can put little charms.
You can put glitter on it,
and you can put. Yeah. Do you know there's edible glitter?
That's so awful.
I learned that on British Bake Off, that there's edible glitter, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, would you have glittery poops?
I don't know.
That was the only thing I think of. I'm like, so how does that...
Yeah, how does that come out? What goes in must come out.
Yeah, just sparkly poops. And then it'll be all over the toilet.
Well, it's like that gold, that gold leaf that you can put, the edible gold leaf. Yeah.
Have you ever... it's like 24 karat gold that you can eat.
They put that. There's a place in New York. There's a restaurant in New York that puts it on their cheeseburgers.
Yeah, on their pizza too.
Oh my god!
What is that?
I don't want to do that.
It's just such a waste of money. Like that money could just go towards.
I just have money that if I didn't do this, I would burn it. So we're gonna go. Yeah.
Imagine having that amount of money.
Can't even.
Where you just
can't even. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Yule, folks, I hope that everybody gets a chance to celebrate. And if it's not your holiday, maybe Christmas is, maybe Kwanzaa is, maybe Hanukkah is, whatever your chosen holiday is, it's all about family and it's all about joy and it's all about reflection and transition. And so whatever you celebrate, celebrate it well.
Yeah, and like I don't know much about the background of Yule because we don't. But I think like maybe next year we can like get into it more. But this year, I say we've had a really tough year. A lot of us have, and I think it's important that like you don't need to go above and beyond to celebrate something if you're not feeling festive or anything. But I welcome you to take the time to take care of yourself. I think if anything else,
that too, absolutely, and some good deed doing. Because it makes you feel good. Yeah. I work for a family center in town, and every year we work with a family to provide them with Christmas. We do Christmas presents, and we do Stop and Shop gift cards so they can have a Christmas dinner. And I just think that every year I get more and more humbled by just the people that I get a chance to meet out there and being able to do something good for somebody and put a smile on their face. And it matters so much every year, but it really matters this year. So many people. I mean, and just me personally, I can't fathom, and it doesn't compute in my head for a child to go without Christmas and Christmas presents. It just doesn't calculate in my head. And I can't even think about that without just kind of tearing up. And I know when I was growing up, we weren't the richest family in the neighborhood, but every year my parents always got us at least one present. If it was a tough year, we got one present. And we cherished that, and we loved it because we knew that it wasn't an easy thing to be able to do. And I just cannot imagine kiddos out there just coming down Christmas morning and not having anything. And every year I'm just so humbled by the people I meet who are trying so hard, trying their very best. Because I know there's those people out there who say, well, why don't they get a job? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that?
Not this year, don't say that.
The fact is, these people that I've met are trying so hard to make ends meet. I know, I've worked with families who, grandparents who are raising their children's children.
Yep.
And
because there's so many factors that you can't see and you don't know.
People are fighting battles that you will never understand. You will never know. Just be kind.
Yeah.
Just do good deeds.
Especially this year. And same thing too, if you don't celebrate Christmas, awesome. No worries. There's Kwanzaa, there's Hanukkah, which I believe started today.
Today,
correct?
Yeah.
It's it's not all about the presents and stuff, but it's about showing people that you care. You can bake them something.
Sure.
You can just call them, leave them a good review. We talked about that last time.
Be kind.
Just be kind.
And I know it's hard when you're going through your own stuff, but let's just be kind.
Yeah.
Just be kind.
It matters.
It does matter. Sometimes you might be the bright spot in that person's day.
Yeah.
Or that person's week.
Yeah.
So it really does matter. I know sometimes we think that our little deeds and our little things don't matter, but they do, good and bad.
Yep. Taking care of your mini life takes care of the outer life, the bigger picture of things.
So be kind.
Just be kind. In conclusion,
just be kind. So we were going to talk today a little bit about gifts for the witch.
Yeah, some witchy gifts for your favorite witch for the holidays.
I hope my husband's listening to this. I know he's not, but
Carson wouldn't either.
If he were to listen, he would know that, there are certain things that I need and love, and he could so buy those for me.
Mm-hmm. He really could, Roger.
What do you think your favorite gift, what would your favorite witchy gift be?
If somebody got me something? Oh, goodness. I think something fire related, probably. I don't, that's a tough question. I think I love bundles of things. So that's the only thing I can think of. I love, little bits and bobs. So, maybe a little bit of sage with, a little essential oil and, a little kit.
Yeah.
I'm in love with kits.
A little bundle, a little sage kit. Yeah.
Right?
A little smudging kit.
Right. I love kits because it's you can utilize the things that are given to you in such a unique way. But books. I think books. Yeah.
Books. And guys, if you go on Amazon, we can recommend, obviously, a lot of books. But if you go on Amazon and just type in Witchery or Witchy books or Witch books.
Thousands.
There are thousands upon thousands.
Yeah.
Some are free on Kindle if you have that Kindle subscription. And they're the ones that I buy usually don't cost any more. I don't think I've ever paid more than $20 for a book.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, I haven't either.
Books are great. Check with the person first, just in case, because they may have it.
Yes, especially if they're already into it.
Yes.
And, that's actually a really good question, because what would be a good gift to get somebody who's just beginning? What would be good gifts to give people who are, intermediate, they're kind of into it, and then, more witches? What would be good gifts?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think that there's a lot of really good books for beginners.
Yeah.
I think that crystals are great for beginners because they can research and kind of learn what each crystal means if they're into crystals. So crystals are always a good gift, and especially when your intent is there. When your intent, when you go and pick out a crystal for a person is, I'm getting this with the intent to protect them from bad energy. So I'm going to buy them a piece of black tourmaline, or to put love in their heart, love and compassion, remind them of love and compassion, a rose quartz. If your intent is there, it's a wonderful gift.
Yeah, and even if they're not into it, they're beautiful.
They're
and
beautiful.
Most people love getting them, whether they utilize them or not.
Absolutely.
I have a ton on my bookshelf because
I don't know. I can't even.
You must have like over 100.
I have at least way over 100 crystals. Yeah, they're just all over the place. They're, my house the intent is there. My house is full of them. So that's a great gift. Tarot cards.
Ooh, yes.
Are great. Or tarot or oracle cards. Most people, if I give cards, I give oracle cards.
Yeah.
Because they're a little bit, tarot is a little more in depth.
Yeah, less intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more uplifting.
Oracles are more uplifting. They have the information right there on them. They have a little book that comes, most of them have a little book that comes with them. The art is astounding on most of them.
Yeah.
So, tarot cards are always a really good gift.
Ooh, a gift card to your local metaphysical shop.
Yeah,
or like, that would actually be, I don't know many around here anymore. I'm not sure what's around, but even like a local crystal shop, local herbal shop would be really cool.
There is a crystal shop in East Hampton, and she does do gift certificates, I think. I don't remember the name of it. It's East Hampton something, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
I lost touch with the network around here, so I'm not sure.
There's Soul Emporium in Keene.
Oh, yes.
I know that she does gift certificates. That's a great store. And she has all kinds of things. Crystals, tarot cards, jewelry, all kinds of different things. So crystals are it's a really good gift. Maybe for the more advanced witch, you might consider a broom.
Oh.
Brooms are wonderful. Brooms are like the holy grail of witch gifts.
Oh my God.
And they're so meaningful. I love my broom so much, and it was gifted to me by someone who's very, very special to me, who's no longer with us. And so it's very special to me. And I have it above my back door. And I can easily get it down from the hooks and sweep away bad energy.
Or fly away.
Yes, or fly away. Absolutely. That's kind of a fantasy of mine, too. But it does work great to spiritually, just to sweep away bad energy when somebody's here that doesn't necessarily have your alignment or your energy. Yeah. Sweep it away when they leave. It's fine. No hurt feelings.
Even while they're walking out the door.
Just sweep them out.
Sweep behind them and get their heels.
Absolutely. And smudgeware. I mean, in terms of, sage, you mentioned sage, mugwort, cedar, sage kits.
Palo Santo.
Absolutely. And to go with that, either an abalone shell.
Yes, where you burn a feather.
Yep, and a feather. Yeah. And a great kit would be like an abalone shell, a sage stick, or a Palo Santo stick, and a feather. So, what a great gift.
That's a great gift.
Oh my gosh, I would be moved to tears by something like that.
Yeah, and sometimes you can find them at these shops you were mentioning, but you can find them online too. I've gotten little kits
Absolutely.
online too.
The abalone, you can buy gigantic abalone shells. And for those of you who are not familiar with it, that's where you burn your sage. That's where your ashes go. The feather is to sweep the smoke.
Yeah, and it keeps the fire going, fire burning.
So that's a perfect gift. So if you guys are out there looking for a kit maybe for a beginner, especially an abalone shell, a sage, some sage or Palo Santo, and a feather.
Also candles. That was one of them I thought of today too. Was maybe I think beginning witch.
Yeah, sure.
You can use candles, and I think it's good. Like, say it's your kid or something who's been more interested into it, just getting a little bit of everything. Get a candle, get some sage, get the abalone shell. You can get a little bit of essential oils or herbs.
Absolutely. Essential oils are always great.
And a beginning 101 book. Because because there's, like we've talked about before, there's so many different types of witches. And there's so many different types of witch personalities. So somebody might be they might lean more towards working with candles or being a kitchen witch. Yeah. And you'll probably, like me, I went through a bunch of different
Or they can be either or both or all. It's so you can get them a little smattering of a few things. Candles are always really great, and besides they smell good and all that stuff. And another thing for the advanced witch, which I'm big on right now, I've bought several in the past few months, and my husband is losing his mind. A mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
They come in wood, they come in brass, they come in I have one that's made of onyx.
Oh, cool.
So I have to set up my mortar and pestles on the table and take a picture.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
Put it up on Instagram.
They're so pretty, and they're so useful, especially for the witch that works with herbs or the kitchen witch, because they can use those for spells.
Most definitely.
And they're lovely, and it's just when you crush herbs in a mortar and pestle, it's a whole different experience because the aroma of the herb just permeates every pore and everything, and you smell it for hours afterwards.
I love it. I have a little one that I use all the time.
I love it. I love to crush herbs in mine, and it's just a neat little experience. So a mortar and pestle is a great one.
Yeah, I wrote down too, especially if somebody's a little more advanced and you know them, and especially if you know them very well and they have an altar at home, cloth for the altar, like they sell them, but I use kind of like antique cloth.
Yep.
And I have beautiful scarves that I lay down, and then I have my altar, gifting them little figurines, because a lot of people's altars is very personal to them. So it's like maybe something that reminds you, like they would love, or reminds you of them, or just something like that. I think that's really important. Even like old pictures too, of family that they've never seen. I wrote bells.
Bells. I have my witch's bell over here in the kitchen. Yes,
a big one.
The little chimes.
Yes,
chimes.
Yeah, little chimes.
You have there's pendulums. If you find that somebody's interested in the metaphysical piece of witchery,
that's a cheap little gift.
Yep, pendulums are great, and they're beautiful.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
And also something we haven't mentioned yet: a cauldron.
Oh,
they're so wonderful.
Oh. They come in all different sizes.
I have a little tiny one. Like you have a tiny one. I have a tiny one with a little lid. It is the cutest thing. It has 3 little legs on the bottom of it. And then I have a bigger one. And so that I keep crystals in. But every witch needs a cauldron.
You could never go wrong. Because you can burn candles in them. You could do whatever you want.
And guys, a sure sign of your devotion is to buy one of those big ones that go out in the yard that you could fit in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great. So lots of ideas for Christmas, or Yule for the witchy witch. Either advanced, mediary.
There's so many. Oh, one that I did forget that we've never really talked about are knives.
Knives.
They're ceremonial knives, and no, you don't sacrifice anybody. But
like
I know, I always feel like I have to explain. But so I personally have a knife that I have in my altar that I use a lot for cutting rope if I'm doing some type of affirmation spell or anything like that. I have one just to cut herbs when I'm out foraging, which is what I use it for the most, is when I'm outside. There's certain herbs and stuff I want. I use my very special knife because somebody special gave it to me, and it has a little flashlight on it, which is hilarious. It's pretty great. But I have it, and I bring it camping with me when I find things that I want to cut off the tree to burn, like cedar, things like that. I think a knife is probably more for medium to advanced, but if you really want to get somebody a knife, it's very special.
And another thing that's a lovely gift, and I was just looking over at my little altar over here just to kind of make sure I didn't leave anything out, is a wand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we don't really use one. Or do you use
I don't really use my wand that much. I think it's beautiful, and it was given to me by somebody special, so I keep it on my altar to remind me of them. But I do have a wand. I do make wands. I get big, thick sticks out of the woods, and I put crystals on them. I copper wrap them.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so.
You should take some pictures and put it up. We'll put most of these up on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Or Facebook and Instagram.
And you can never go wrong with witchy jewelry.
Oh, never. No. Lori just got me the most beautiful pendant.
You have to take a picture of it.
I will take a picture of it, and I picked it up, and I just I'm going to wear it all the time. I love it. I can't wait to put it on.
Pendants are great. Specific stones that have some intent to them. Rings are great. A lot of people do those wire-wrapped rings now, and witches seem to be really gravitating toward the wire-wrapped, especially the copper.
Antique jewelry. Witches love those antiques. Did you find that too? Most of the people that I talk to who are witches, antique stores, that's where you'll find them all.
Victorian grieving jewelry.
Oh,
Victorian mourning jewelry. Oh, a great gift. That I just love. Yeah. So something beautiful in copper is great. A lot of different types of jewelry out there that if you find something that resonates with you and just reminds you of the person, that kind of intent really is important. And also, one of the biggest things, and you touched on that too, is homemade gifts.
Yay.
The witch loves homemade gifts.
Yeah.
We love it because it comes with love from your heart. When you make something for somebody, that's coming with a lot of love and a lot of good intention. And we love those things.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Especially I got one year they put together a bunch of herbs from their garden and
Mhm.
put it in little jars for me and gave that to me. That was still one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten. Actually, speaking of herbs, Ruth Ayers, she lives out in the hill towns. She's an herbalist. She's practicing being an herbalist, and she has some of the best products.
Oh.
And I forgot to drop her name we were talking about, this is actually a little more appropriate because we're talking about herbs, but she makes like elderberry syrup. She lives on a farm out there, and yeah, like she'll have weekend sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try to, next time she has one, I'll post it on our Instagram.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
But if you live in Western Mass, oh my goodness, like her stuff is amazing. I got this infused honey, like especially if you live in Western Mass, get some infused honey for
absolutely
the witch that you love, because they'll use, especially the kitchen witch. Yeah, anything infused, like honey infused, anything. Oh my god, I can go on and on. But yeah, her stuff is great. Yeah, I mean, there's so many farms too around here.
Oh yeah, any kind of natural, all natural, organic gifts or homemade gifts. I mean, if somebody gave me an Afghan, I would probably just cry in their arms. So, I mean, all kinds of, if you have a talent for things like that, or even if you don't, just homemade gifts are great.
Most definitely.
The witch loves homemade gifts.
Very much.
And at the very least, Sarah, at the end of all this, and in the end, if you're searching for something, a fruit bowl will do.
When in doubt, fruit bowl.
Fruit bowl.
Yep.
When in doubt, edible arrangements.
Oh my god.
We love those.
Ugh. So, is that a good place to end?
That sounds like a good place to end.
That's a great place to end.
We really kind of covered all the bases. So guys who are listening to this, or anyone who's listening to this, just take a listen, because these are all great gifts for the Witchy Witch.
Yeah, or you can get them for yourself.
Absolutely.
Treat yourself.
Absolutely. Self-care.
Self-care. So do we want to do a suggestion? I wanted to actually mention this book before we
Sure, absolutely.
leave.
Go ahead.
I think this is a great tiny little book
I just ordered it.
that Lori just ordered. It's gorgeous. I can't stop looking at it.
It really is beautiful.
It's called The Good Witch's Guide, a modern day Wikipedia together
Wikipedia.
of magical ingredients and spells by Sean Robbins and Charity Bedwell. And it is absolutely gorgeous. It has a little bit of everything. That's why I think it's a good book for a beginner witch, or even more advanced, because it's so gorgeous. There's all these pen and ink drawings in it, and I can't get enough. So totally worth it. There's a few little spells in there. It tells you a little bit about like holidays, different recipes even.
That's a great gift for the beginner witch.
Yeah.
Because it has a little of everything.
Herbs, it tells you about herbs, tells you about different type of stones and crystals, aromatherapy baths. Aromatherapy related things for your witch. Especially if they like water. Especially if they gravitate towards water.
I'm a water person, so
She's the water witch. I'm
the
fire witch. So cool. Did you have any suggestions?
You know what? I'm just going to suggest, and I'm going to make this just, kind of emphasizing what we talked about earlier. Just a suggestion is, we're at the time of year where things are really tough. And I'm just going to suggest, my suggestion is going to be kind. Just be kind. My recommendation is kindness.
Yep.
This week.
Yeah, we all need it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because if you need it, I'm sure the people around you need it just as much. I think that's a great way to end.
It's a great way to end. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful season. Enjoy it. I know it's the dark months, but there's so much to love and enjoy about it. So enjoy.
Enjoy. All right, guys.
See you later.
Bye.